Now, a few hours after the Constitutional Court's ruling, the former leader's legal team released a statement sharing his response. Our correspondent Kim Do-yeon joins me live with details on that. Do-yeon, welcome, and let's begin with the gist of that statement.
Right, Sun-hee, there was a lot of speculation as to whether President Yoon will let out a statement if he were to lose the Constitutional Court case today. But the brief message, like you said, was given out through his legal team just a few hours after the ruling. While he didn't directly mention the Constitutional Court's ruling, he thanked his supporters and said, quote, "I am sincerely grateful for your unwavering support and encouragement, even when I fell short. I deeply regret not being able to live up to your hopes and expectations," end quote. Now, the office itself will be supporting acting President and Prime Minister Duck-soo. However, at around 3:30 p.m. through a written statement, the presidential office said that the Chief of Staff for Policy, and the National Security Advisor, along with all senior-level secretaries, have passed on their intentions to resign to the acting president. Whether the acting president will accept their resignations is something to look out for.
Right, Do-yeon, I see. Meanwhile, Do-yeon, what are the protocols in place now that the court has upheld the presidential impeachment? I understand he is currently residing at the presidential residence as we speak.
That's right, Sun-hee. Today marks day 1060 since his inauguration. Just moments after the ruling, we saw the phoenix symbol, the symbol of presidential office, the flag coming down from this building just a few moments after the ruling. Yoon Suk-yeol is now a civilian. As you said, he is still at the presidential residence and will have to leave, but there are no clear rules for that, so we will have to wait. Former President Park Geun-hye left the former presidential Blue House 2 days after her ruling, but as I say, there is no written rule about this. Yoon is expected to return to his home in the Seochugu district in Seoul. From this point on, he will not be treated as a former president due to today's ruling. This means no presidential pension or a spot at the National Cemetery. The Presidential Security Service will no longer be fully protecting him, but because he has state confidential information, there will be a downside security team to at least guarantee his safety. This goes on for at least 5 years and 10 at the maximum.
Right, Do-yeon, and before you leave us, one quick question. What's the latest with regard to the criminal case on charges of insurrection?
Right, as he became a civilian, it'll be much easier for the prosecutors now to call Yoon in for further questioning, as he won't have an official security system operating to protect him. Now, that wasn't the case until recently, as we had seen some conflict between the investigators for the criminal case and the Presidential Security Service. Keep in mind, in South Korea's legal system, if Yoon is convicted of leading an insurrection, he could face life in prison or the death penalty. On top of this, he has other accusations that he will have to deal with now as well. Presidents can't be charged with any crime except for insurrection or treason, but now that he's a civilian, there could be additional legal battles brought against him.
All right, Do-yeon, thank you very much for that report.